Dear students, I welcome you all to this drawing video in which we are going to draw the three different views for a RCC T-beam bridge with splayed wing wall constructed for a railway broad gauge. Let us now go through the details given in the problem or the question. A two-span RCC T-beam bridge is to be constructed for a broad gauge with the following data. So to highlight on the data given, he has given the span is equal to 5 meter, top level of embankment is 100 meters, top of bank, that is a stream or a river, so that bank level, so we may call it as existing ground level also as 98 meter. The high flood level is given as 97 meters. Bed level of the stream or the river is 94 meter. Top level of the return wall. So here the splayed wing wall has got a return at this particular RL, that is 95.5 meters. To move with the details of the abutments, so abutment top width is 1.2 meters and there is a back batter of 1:6, and in the bracket he has given as water face vertical. So that back batter is nothing but, so there is a tapering in the cross section of the abutment, and with the given back batter we shall calculate the bottom width. Then the pier width is mentioned as 1 meter, so it is understood that top and bottom width are same. Then the size of the T-beam is given as 0.4 meter by 0.6 meter, that is breadth into depth, and there are three numbers and the spacing is 1.8 meter center to center. And the RCC deck slab, there is nothing but your flange of the RCC T-beam, the thickness is given as 250 mm. Abutment and pier cap thickness is mentioned as 300 mm. Moving on to the next data, the dirt wall, he has mentioned the thickness as 300 mm thick. Then the ballast thickness is given as 500 mm. Pre-stressed concrete sleepers, the sectional elements or the sectional dimensions are 250 mm wide and 130 mm thickness, and the length of the sleepers is given as 2800 mm, that is 2.8 meter, and the spacing is 0.6 meter center to center. Hard rock level is given as 92 meters. Thickness of the bed concrete is 0.5 meter. Moving on to the next data, wing walls splayed at 45 degree. Top width of the wing wall is given as 0.5 meter. Again here also they have mentioned a back batter of 1:6. That indicates the bottom width is different, or the bottom width will be higher than the top width. That we shall calculate with the help of the given batter. And it has a return length of 2 meter at RL 95.5 meter. And he has given the details of parapet. Parapet consists of RCC vertical posts of 0.2 meter by 0.2 meter sectional area or sectional dimension. Then 1 meter is the height at 1.6 meter center to center. So these vertical posts are spaced at 1.6 meter with 50 mm dia pipe railing, 3 numbers. Top and bottom width of the ballast is given as 3.35 meter and 6 meter respectively. And at last he mentioned provide a walkway of 0.9 meter wide on the right side. There is nothing but the footpath. Let us first draw all the given levels with the help of a faint line. So to begin with the top level of the embankment is given as 100 mm. So I am now taking the first level. Let us write here the values. Top level of embankment, the value is 100 meters. Next level is 98. So since we are drawing this particular drawing with a scale of 1:100, then all the given dimensions in meter will be represented by the same centimeter, that is 1:100 scale. So this is top of bank and the level is 98 meters. Then we shall mention another level, that is high flood level at 97. So this is HFL 97 meters. Then we shall draw the top level of return wall at 95.5. So 1.5 meter below this. So this is RL 95.50, where the wing wall takes a return. Then we'll demarcate the bed level. It is given as 94 meter. So from this, if I take, it will be at a distance of 1.5 meter below. So this is bed level 94 meters. Then shall demarcate this one more level, that is hard rock level as 92. If I measure it from 94, it will be at a distance of 2 meter below this one. So I shall write it as hard rock level, it is 92 meters. Above this hard rock level, we shall draw one more line at a distance of 0.5 meter, which indicates the top of bed concrete. Since the bed concrete thickness is given as 0.5 meter, so let us take the reference line here. As we discussed in the previous problem, there the top level of the abutment was directly given, whereas in this problem the top level of the abutment has not been mentioned. So here we need to assess or calculate that particular level of the abutment starting from the top level of embankment by deducting the thicknesses of the ballast, then the thickness of RCC deck slab, that is nothing but the flange, then the web portion of the T-beam, then the pier cap. So that bottom of the pier cap will be the top level of abutment. So what I am doing here is, now from the top I am indicating here a distance of 0.5 meter from the top, 0.5 meter from the top. Frequently it is advisable to check your drafter settings so that the neatness of drawing will be maintained. So here I have drawn a line at a distance of 0.5 meter below the top level of embankment that indicates the thickness of ballast. This is 500 mm thick. So this we have demarcated. Then below that ballast thickness, there will be flange RCC deck slab or your flange of the T-beam. The thickness is given as 250 mm, that is 0.25 meter. So now I am drawing here another reference line. So this indicates the RCC deck slab thickness. After that, now I am going to draw one more reference line at a distance of 0.6 meter below this one, which indicates the depth of beam, that is your web depth in the case of T-beam. So I have drawn this 0.6. So this we have completed. So then I shall draw this abutment and the pier cap thickness below this line. So the first thickness, this indicates the ballast. This is the flange RCC deck slab or the flange thickness of the T-beam. This is the web depth for the RCC T-beam depth 0.6 meter. So below this line I shall draw another 300 mm thick line. So this 300 mm is nothing but this is the abutment and pier cap. So this particular line, the top, this one, the bottom of the abutment and pier cap is nothing but top of the abutment. So let us now calculate the values here, just for the reference. So I am mentioning here. So 100 meter is the top level of embankment, in which we need to deduct 0.5 meter ballast thickness, 0.25 meter deck slab thickness, 0.6 meter the beam depth, then 0.3 meter the abutment and pier cap thickness. So if we deduct this much from the 100, 0.9, 1.15, 1.65. So total this will be 1.65 meters. From 100 if you deduct, it will be 98.35 meters. So this will be the top level of abutment. So this is 98.35 meter. So we need this level to assess the height of the abutment, so that we will be able to calculate the bottom width with the given batter. So hard rock level is 92, already we have written here. So top of the bed concrete thickness, it will be 91.5 meter. So now to calculate the thickness of height of the abutment, we need to do is we have to take the numerical difference between the top level and the bottom level. 98.35 and 91.50. So this will be equal to 5, 8, then 6.85 meters. So here we have calculated the total height of the embankment, and it has worked out to be 6.85 meter. Now to calculate the bottom width with the given batter, the batter is 1 in 6. The meaning of this is, for every 6 meter height, 1 meter extra width will be there. For example, if the abutment is having a height of 6 meter, and if the top width is 1 meter, then the bottom width will be 1 meter plus 1 meter. So for here, in the same way we need to calculate for every 6 meter height 1 meter extra width. For our 6.85 meter, what will be the extra width? Therefore 6.85 meter by 6 will be equal to 1.14 meter. The top width given here is 1.2 meter plus 1.14 meter will be equal to 2.34 meter. So this 2.34 meter will be the bottom width of abutment. Similarly, we shall now move on to the wing walls. So wing walls will start from the top level of the embankment. So the level is 100, and the wing wall is getting written at 95.5. So the height will be 95.5, 100 minus 95.5, it works out to be 4.5 meter. So from the same batter, it is 1 in 6. For every 6 meter, 1 meter will be the additional width. For 4.5 meter, what is the value? So I have calculated here. So if we calculate the bottom width, it will be 0.5 plus 0.75 is equal to 1.25 meters. So these values will be necessary for us to draw the details. Moving on to the drawing. Now I shall take a center line here, so that on the both sides I shall draw half the portions. So it will be always advisable to you people to start the first view, that is longitudinal section and elevation, from the pier. So as we all know that this is the top of the abutment as well as the pier. Here I shall indicate a width of 1 meter, that is 0.5 meter on either side. Then so on this side we are going to draw the elevation. So the all the details which are there above the bed level will be visible. Here we are going to draw the longitudinal section, and the details up to the hard rock strata will be visible. So first I shall make this bed level line dark. So this is our bed level. So then if I draw the thickness, it will be visible only up to this one, and then whatever the portion of the pier which is below the ground level shall be drawn with a dotted line. Whereas on the other side, that is on the sectional side, I shall draw the pier up to the top of concrete. Let us now show the pier cap. So let us assume some 10 centimeter projection or 15 centimeter projection for the same. So here I am assuming a 15 centimeter projection on both the sides for the abutment and pier cap. So this will be the pier cap. Then since it is a 2-span bridge and the span is given as 5 meters, so demarcation distance first, 5 meter on left and 5 meter on right. So here this will be the inner face of abutment. So abutment starts from here up to ground level line straight, then below portion I am going to draw with a dotted line on other side. So I have to start from here and I am drawing up to top of the bed concrete. This is the inner face of abutment. Now we shall mark the top level. Top level is 1.2 meters here, 1.2 meter. So I am drawing with a dotted line here, and on the right a straight line, since it will be visible. Then I shall draw the bottom width line here. So bottom width is 2.34 meters. And on this side again 2.34 meters with a dotted line. Now we shall join these top and bottom width points here with a straight line on the sectional side and with a dotted line on the elevation side. So the abutments are ready now. Now we shall mark the cap. So as we are taking 1.5 mm projection here, so this 1.5 projection, then so this will be the cap, and here dotted line. On the sectional side now 1.5 mm or 1.15 meters. So demarcated the cap. Now we shall draw the beam, that is the web portion of the beam. It is given as 0.6 meter. Already we have marked the top level here. So here it becomes necessary to assume the bearing of the beam on the top of abutment. So top of abutment top width is 1.2 meter. On this we need to accommodate one dirt wall which is of 0.3 meter. So if we deduct that, it will be 0.9 meter. So we shall assume a bearing of 0.75 here. So I shall mark 0.75 meter from the inner face. On this side also I am going to mark 0.75. So this will be the T-beam or bearing of the T-beam. Now shall draw the beam. And the top. So on the sectional side I am going to draw with a dark line, whereas on the elevation side I am demarcating the same with the help of a dotted line. So we have completed the beam. Now we shall draw the dirt wall here. So from the outside I am going to measure a distance of 30 centimeter. So dirt walls are constructed on either end of the wall to avoid the entry of embankment material or the direct contact of embankment material with the beam and the bearings. So here it will be with a dotted line. So on this line better to draw with dotted line here. So we have completed the dirt wall. Then we shall now draw the flange portion or the deck slab, what we call as. So deck slab we are going to draw, or before that it will be advisable to complete the wing wall portion. So I shall take this reference line here. So the wing wall starts here, and on this side also the wing wall starts here. So the wing wall splay is given as 45 degree, that is 1:1. So wing wall is getting written here at 95.5 and the top is 100. So 100 minus 95.5 is 4.5 centimeters. 4.5 meter, the difference between top and the return. So I shall take a distance of 4.5 meter here. So then shall join this line. So this indicates the splay or splayed wing wall, and the top I am indicating or a distance of 0.5, and here also distance of 0.5. Now I shall join these two lines. From here it is returned for a length of 2 meter. So this is the 2 meter return. So after that this will be the wing wall, and this line also. So this completes the wing wall along with the return. So this will be the portion up to which there will be deck slab. Similarly we will complete this on the other side. So on this line we are supposed to take another 4.5 meter here at this level, then shall join these 2 points, the dotted line, then we shall show the thickness 0.5 meter here, 0.5 meter here. Shall draw the parallel line here, okay, indicating the thickness of wing wall. So from here there is a return of 2 meters, and then I shall take the projections here up to the top of concrete, another projection here to the top of concrete. So we have completed this drawing the wing wall along with the return portion. So this will be the line up to which there will be a deck slab. So we shall draw the slab portion now. So this will be the bottom of the slab. I shall continue the dotted line here on the left. To this we have completed. On the right, shall draw a straight line. On the left we have completed the flange. Similarly, shall draw on the right side now. Completed drawing flange on the right side. So whatever the portion which is there above this one will be ballast. So on the in this section the ballast will be visible clearly, whereas so this will be the top of the ballast. So in the elevation again, since the details will not be visible here, since it is all covered by the walls, so I am drawing a dotted line for the same, whereas on this side I am going to indicate with a straight line. That is a top of ballast. So ballast we have completed. To that we shall demarcate the concrete bed. So I am taking a 0.25 meters projection. So on either side it's also 0.25 meter. So thickness already we have marked here. So this will be the concrete for abutment. Similarly 0.25 here and 0.25 the dotted line. So we have completed the bed concrete for one abutment and the pier. Coming to the other side, here we shall take again the projections first 0.25, and this side also again 0.25. So draw, since the section is taken through the center of the abutment, so the wing wall details will not be visible, so we are indicating with the help of dotted lines. We have completed. Now we'll mention the sides of the banks or sides of the river. So bed level is 94, top is 98. The vertical difference is 4 meters. So from here, so this is the 98 meters. So from this inner face, I shall take a distance of 4 meters. And now I am going to join these two lines. This is the side of the water stream. Then similarly from here, this is the level of top. Again, one more 4 meter point I am taking. So now shall show some protection work here for the bed. So generally it will be done in the form of a pitching. So I am assuming a 0.5 meter pitching here. Are they? So we have completed the level. Then we shall indicate the high flood level here, HFL. HFL is 97 meters. We completed drawing the bed protection work and HFL. Now we shall move on to draw the parapet portion and completing the hatching in the sectional part. So to draw the parapet, from here height is given as 1 meter. Now I am going to draw 1 meter line here, and on another side also 1 meter I have taken. Meter. I shall join these two. So with a faint line we shall draw this one, since RCC posts or the pillars are there. Now this RCC is given as the parapet pillars cross sectional dimension is given as 0.2 meter by 0.2 meter. Therefore on either side of this one we shall take 10 centimeters. The first post shall be drawn at the sectional line here. This is the first post of 1 meter height and 0.2 meter by 0.2 meter section. Then the spacing is given as 1.6 meters. So from here we shall go on marking the centers. 1.6, then 1.6, then 3.2, then 4.8, then 6.4, then 8, then 9.6, and at the end we will take another post. Similarly on this side. One point six, 4.8, 6.48 meters. So if I measure one here, 1.6, 3.2, 4.8, 6.4. So I have started measuring from this side. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, and the last one. So from the center on both the sides we shall take 10 centimeters, it is 1 mm, to the scale. Just mark the points. Later we shall join on either side 10 centimeters. And for last post take 2. Similarly here also let us mark the thickness equally on both sides of the center point. So we will start from here. I am marking here the RCC pillars or the posts of parapet with the given spacing, and at last to support we are taking the last pillar. So while marking the thickness you need to be very careful. They all should appear similarly since the dimension is same. We shall now draw the top line for these. Similarly on the other side. So in this 1 meter height he has given, there are 3 numbers of 50 mm dia pipes. So within that 1 meter we are supposed to show the 3 pipes. What we will do is, this 1 meter we shall divide into 2 parts. So center is 0.5. Shall take 1 pipe here, a small thickness of half mm, that is to the scale. shall be shown to indicate the thickness of pipe. So since the pipes will be embedded into the concrete, in the concrete pillar portion the same will not be visible, so in between the posts the pipe will be clearly visible. We shall show a small thickness here by drawing the two close lines. It should be half a mm to the scale. So now we shall show two more pipes in the remaining portions. So you need to be very careful here while drawing the pipes. So this portion we are going to 6 mm, and whereas in bottom the space is not available here since that line has not come straight. So we shall demarcate one more. Let us measure here, it's 0.5 and I will take. Indicate a thickness by drawing another very close line. Completed two pipes. Similarly, one more can be accommodated here in the available space. So the same can be repeated or copied on the other side also. Now this is your top and this is your top of the bank. So here the after laying the ballast, the formation will be there. So this is the ballast. So there will be embankment here. So that embankment we shall show with the reducing slope line which indicates the slope. So this will be the direction of slope of this embankment, and so a discontinuous line here. So now we shall make the hatching for the concrete as well as the masonry portions. For the masonry portions, hatching line at an angle of 45 degree for the dirt wall first. Then for the pier. Similarly for this half portion of the pier in the sectional side. Now we shall try to show here the concrete portions for the beds of abutment and pier. Then shall show a different material, maybe concrete also, for the cap of pier as well as the abutment in the sectional portion. Completed that one. Now we shall show the concrete RCC beam. This is the web portion, 0.6 meters. Then this is the deck slab, 250 mm thick. So we shall show the details up to this line. Now we shall show the ballast here. So before we proceed for marking the ballast in the section, it will be advisable to draw the sleepers, since the top of the ballast and sleepers will be flushed, or they will be at the same level. Let us now look at the dimensions of the sleepers. So in the problem, the sleepers dimension is given as 250 by 130 mm. So this is the 250 mm is the breadth, 130 mm is the thickness. So when you cut the beam longitudinally, you will be able to see the breadth and thickness in the longitudinal section. So and the spacing is given as 0.6. So let us first from here demarcate the spacing. 0.6, 1.2, 1.8, 2.4, 3 meters. Again from here 0.6, 1.2, 1.8, 2.4 and 3 meters. From here 0.6, 1.2, 1.8, 2.4, 3. So we will continue to mark 0.6, 1.2, 1.8, 2.4. So these many we can accommodate within the cell. So on either side, now we have to show the breadth. So it will be, and thickness is, so let us first draw a thickness line here. The thickness is given as 1.3 mm. 130 mm is the thickness given. So to the scale it will be 1.3 mm. So we shall draw a faint line here so that it will be easy for us to mark the sleepers. So on either side shall take 1.25 mm on either side, or so roughly I'm taking here. So this is half of the portion and one sleeper here. Similarly, another sleeper. So similarly, you have to complete the drawing of sleepers, then we shall indicate the sleepers can be darkened here just to highlight or to distinctly demarcate so you complete you can complete the sleepers up to the end with the same spacing. Now we shall show the ballast here. So we completed the ballast. So this completes the first view. Then coming to the dimensioning. So the span will show first. It is 5 meter. So also 5 meter. Here shall show the top width as 1.2 meter. Here will indicate the width of pier as 1 meter. This is top width of. So on this set side shall show the bottom width, and the calculated value is 2.34 meters. And this return length is 2 meters. You can show here the height of parapet as 1 meter, the thickness of ballast as 0.5 meter, the next dimension 0.25 meter. This is ballast, this is deck slab. Then can show this as 0.6 meter beam depth. Then the remaining, this will be 0.3 meter cap. So these are some of the important details which you can show. And here it is 0.5 meter bed the thickness of it. So we have completed the first view, that is of longitudinal elevation and half longitudinal section.